From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, April 7th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.93 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,214 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $254. Antiwar.com reports leading the charge for a humanitarian ceasefire. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov expressed dismay yesterday at the Saudi attack on Yemen, and particularly the fact that it was carried out without any consultation of the UN. Lavrov noted that the UN Security Council never addressed the Yemen issue and that the Saudi attack has no legal justification in international law. He noted with annoyance that the Saudis came only to the Security Council after the attack had already begun. The attacks are creating a growing humanitarian crisis in Yemen, with Saudi forces blocking the Red Cross from delivering medical aid amid shortages exacerbated by the war. Lavrov urged both sides to halt the fighting and head to the negotiating table, insisting there was no way the UN Security Council could unilaterally declare the Saudi war justified without a dialogue even attempted. In Survivor Max by Davi Barker, 11-year-old Max must survive the zombie apocalypse alone in New Hampshire. Slow-moving and non-thinking, the lame brains swarm his home searching for living flesh. Max must apply his Porcupine Freedom Scouts training to plan his escape, but first he must prove that he's too smart to die. Look for Survivor Max on Facebook and Amazon, or read Chapter 1 free at survivormax.com. UPI reports New York police removed a 4-foot, 100-pound bust sculpture of NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden, which was erected in a park by a group of artists on Monday. The statue was placed atop a column that is part of the prison ship Martyrs Monument in Fort Greene Park in Brooklyn in the pre-dawn hours Monday. The name Snowden was also attached in large typeface at the base of the column. NYPD spokesman Sergeant Lee Jones told Time that the bust has since been removed and an investigation is underway. The group of artists who created the sculpture said they used a modeling substance called hydrocol and tried to make the bust look classical and similar to other pieces in the park. The artist spoke to a local blog called Animal on the condition of anonymity. They said they used an adhesive that would keep the sculpture in place but would come off easily so as not to damage the existing monument. The artist said Fort Greene's prison ship Martyrs Monument is a memorial to American POWs who lost their lives during the Revolutionary War. We have updated this monument to highlight those who sacrificed their safety in the fight against modern-day tyrannies. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the University of Virginia fraternity at the center of Rolling Stone's retracted article titled "A Rape on Campus" said on Monday it planned to sue the magazine for what it called reckless reporting that hurt its reputation. Phi Kappa Psi's announcement came a day after a team from the Columbia University Graduate School of Journalism concluded in a report that the magazine had failed to follow basic journalistic safeguards. The 9,000-word story described how a student identified by her real first name, Jackie, said she endured a gang rape at the fraternity in 2012. The allegations sent shockwaves through the campus about 70 miles from Richmond, Virginia's capital. After the article was published in November, students demonstrated on campus and in front of the fraternity house, which was then vandalized. Stephen Scipione, president of the fraternity in Charlottesville, Virginia, said in a statement, "Clearly, our fraternity and its members have been defamed, but most importantly, we fear this entire episode may prompt some victims to remain in the shadows, fearful to confront their attackers." Fraternity chapter spokesman Brian Ellis said he did not know what would be in the lawsuit or when the fraternity's lawyers would file it. The fraternity said on Monday that images of its house continue to be used by news organizations as a symbol of campus sexual assault. Rolling Stone has declined comment. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.